Warriors, weirdos, people of the world, my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another triple AURORA reaction. We're going to be checking out the songs Half the World Away, Famous Blue Raincoat, and a cover of La La La, which is originally by Naughty Boy. I haven't heard the original, but I think that's okay for our purposes. To me, whenever AURORA covers a song, it just becomes her own. So I think it'll be fun if I get to hear La 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 in this sort of reverse order. But also, and this is like a mini rant I'll go on before getting into the reaction, it is fine to listen to songs out of order. How did you discover your favorite artist? Did you hear their very first song they ever released ever? Probably not. Maybe you actually discovered an artist because you heard another person covering the song and you thought, wow, that song is so beautiful. Let me go back now to the original artist. As you can see, even with my reaction channel, the music listening and enjoying journey is never linear, and that's perfectly okay. I kind of find it weird when people gatekeep the order in which we listen and enjoy music. And one of the other examples is like, why did you not listen to the studio version first? Why did you listen to the live version first? I hear you, but at the same time, open your mind just a little bit more. Anyways, mini rant over. I'm excited to jump into these songs today, and that is all thanks to Conrad the Percussive for making this donation request. Thank you so much, Conrad. Hope all is well with you, and thank you for dedicating this, of course, to me and the warriors and weirdos out there. Now, let's jump in.
I would like to leave this city, and this old town don't smell too pretty. And I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. And when I leave this island, I book myself into a soul asylum. I can feel the warning signs running around my mind.
It's ethereal.
So here I go, I'm still scratching around in the same old hole. My body feels young, but my mind feels very young. So what do you say? You can't give me the dreams that are mine anyway. You're half the world away. You're half the world away.
Oh my god.
And when I leave this planet,
I love this melody. I love these lyrics, and just this delicate dance that AURORA plays vocally, the holding up of the hand, swaying very gently. It all adds to the mystique, the charm. Half the world away. And I love that line, you can't give me the dreams that are mine anyways. My dreams are mine. You can't impose on me something that you want for me, because I will never be able to internalize that unless it comes from myself. They have to be my dreams.
you say you can't give me the dreams that are mine anyway.
Love
You're
that.
half the world away. You're half the world away. And when
I love that melody.
leave this planet, you know I'd stay, but I just can't stand it. I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. And if I could leave this spirit, I'd find me a hole and I'll live in it out. I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. So here I go, I'm still scratching around
it's interesting too, because being half the world away when you're trying to literally escape from the world, it's like we were both here and now I've moved here, I've moved away, and now you're half the world away. And then that line of being lost and found, it's literally like the perfect midpoint, being half the world away again. Just beautiful songwriting there to combine all of these metaphors of being halfway through something. And it's crazy, right? Because when we like search for inner peace, we often feel like we have to completely detach ourselves from certain environments, which is true. The environment that we surround ourselves in does impact us greatly, right? There's always that age-old saying, you're the sum of your 5 closest friends. And I believe this, sort of. Maybe it depends on your own willpower, your own ability to contend with the world abroad. But it's about your perception, about the things that you want. And if you take in the external feedback as a measure of how you're doing or how peaceful you ought to feel, that can be incorrect. You have to kind of lean into who you are a little bit more to discover what is the proper engagement one should have with the world. Of course, take the helpful advice of others, of those who care for you and love you, and have no weird agenda about what you do with your life. But then at the end, you are the one who has to enact all of these things that give you that internal sense of calm. So whether that means traveling half a world away or staying right where you are and just reframing your thinking, both are possible here. And I love that there's a bit of ambiguity in how Aurora is even singing about it. And God, she's singing it so beautifully.
I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel down. You're half the world away. I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel down. I don't feel down.
Oh, wow. Half the world away. Half the world away. Yeah, I love the meaning in this. Love the melody, of course. Love her performance as always. I don't have much to say outside of that. I just think we have to give ourselves a little bit more credit. I think often many of us who are moving silently through the world, who don't cause much of a stir, and maybe intentionally so, this used to be my thinking through and through, just be invisible. Don't cause any ruckus, any direction. Don't let others even perceive you or have the opinions that they do of you. Just remove yourself, physically isolate yourself, and be half a world away to avoid all of these encounters. And then I realized that brought me further into my sadness, further into my melancholy than was right for me. Because counterintuitively, the direction you don't want to go into is often the direction of growth, being able to contend with the world, all of the naysayers, all of the, smell and grit and grime of the cities, right, that Aurora was kind of speaking on. Being able to deal with it is also a skill that can be learned. Now, it is sad that we kind of have to, and I think we should gear ourselves and our society more towards one that values peace and virtue truly. But if you have those values internally and stay true to them, you cannot be shaken by the world abroad, even if the world throws hell at you. It's hard to have virtue, especially when that virtue is either A, called into question, or, pressed against, but you should do it anyways. Let's jump into the next track, Famous Blue Raincoat. Wow, what is this instrument? It's almost like East Asian. Reminds me of a bit of the Dimashq-e Birgan instrumentations I've heard.
It's 4 in the morning, the end of December.
Oh, the simmering violin.
Writing you now just to see if you're better. In New York is cold, but I like where I'm living. There's music on Clinton Street all through the evening. I hear that you're building your little house deep in the desert. You're living for nothing now. I hope you're keeping some kind of record. Yes, and Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She said that you gave it to her.
Oh my god, chills.
When you plan to go clear.
Da, 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 da.
Did you ever go clear? The last time I saw you, you looked so much older. Famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. You'd been to the stations to meet.
I don't even know what part is making this so beautiful for me, and I can probably just loosely answer that it's all of it, but the backing vocals, the strings, the pizzicato plucking of the strings, of course Aurora's vocal performance here, and you can even notice the subtleties in her delivery from line to line. In one moment it will be a more sing-songy delivery, the next it's slightly more nasally, a little bit more conversational, but it's like 5% of a difference. That's why it is very subtle. And then when the other layers get added in, it to me magnifies the differences in what we heard before. And if you guys know Jacob Collier, maybe you do, because we in a live stream a while ago reacted to Aurora and Jacob together, so there may be some crossover in the fandoms. But if you know Jacob, one of the things that he says is a lot of what makes amazing music amazing is the movement, are these subtleties, these little intricate steps, these little tiptoes, the big leaps, the dancing moves, the double takes. The movement provides so much of that emotion, and already the music is emotional in one cross-sectional moment. When we hear the differences from section to section, at least for me, again, it amplifies those emotions I'm hearing. And I haven't even spoken about the lyrics here. I think I still need to do some thinking as to how I feel about them, because I know this isn't her original song, but it's very charming, very poetic. Sets me at ease.
Famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. You'd been to the stations to meet every train there, and you came back without Lily Marley. You treated my woman to a flake of your life, and when she came back, she was nobody's wife. Yes, I see you there with a rose in your teeth. One more thin gypsy thief.
That gentle slide.
She sends her regards.
Oh wow. Let the strings fly, let the vocals fly. What an just elegant song.
My brother, my killer, what can I possibly say?
What is this story about?
Well, I guess that I miss you. I guess I forgive you. I'm glad that you stood in my way. If you ever come by here,
the cellos, man. And these bright notes. It's like stars.
Well, your enemy is sleeping, and his woman is free. Yes, and thanks for the trouble you took from her eyes. I thought it was there for good, so I never tried. And Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She said that you gave it to her that night when you planned to go clear. Sincerely, Cohen.
Da 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 da. Just sliding, like sliding down, or even like feather falling. This melodic movement, swaying from side to side, but over time, right? We lessen in the pitch. The structure of the melody it does so much for me, but the melody itself too is just beautiful. And the backing vocals, the slide from the top note down to the bottom, carrying Aurora, almost like foreshadowing the movement of her melody too. And then highlighted by the strings, highlighted by the drumming. Was there drumming? It was very subtle if there was. Yeah, very subtle. And then we have these, even, I'm glad I kind of played that section, the bright little notes as if it's like stars twinkling in the galaxy abroad. I love this song. It's interesting that it's not actually Aurora's, it's a cover. And again, we've spoken about this, but it sounds like her own song. Absolutely. Through the lyrics, I wasn't exactly clear what the story was about, so I took the liberty and looked up on the side here the meaning of Famous Blue Raincoat by Leonard Cohen. So according to AI Overview, Famous Blue Raincoat by Leonard Cohen is a song told from the perspective of a man writing a letter to a friend addressing a love triangle involving the narrator, the friend, and a woman named Jane. I see. Because, yeah, we got many of the references to Jane throughout. The famous blue raincoat is a symbol possibly representing the friend's identity, his past, or a specific period in their lives. The song explores themes of forgiveness, betrayal, and the complexities of relationships. One thing's for sure, this song is gorgeous. I don't know what the original sounds like. I've never heard Leonard Cohen before. So I'm not sure if it was meant to be sung in this ballad style or if it's more of a rock tune. For me, I love songs with stories. When you're just reciting a story about one's history, one's past, whatever, it resonates very deeply with me. I also just love songs about the world in general, right? You guys have seen the range of reactions I do over here. I love music through and through, and all of the facets of it interest me so much. And Aurora is the kind of artist, is the kind of human who just kind of ejects all of those like analytical thoughts that I have in my brain and just gets me fully in my body, feeling the emotion of the song. And, you know, I'm not going to go too pseudoscience-y here, but sound and frequency, it's physical. We can feel it. That's how we hear, right? I believe the vibrations in music have profound effects on our psyche, on the way we feel about the world, ourselves, how we can be in tune with our emotions. The vibrations, the physical vibrations, literally, even, you know, ignoring the spiritual, the physical vibrations I feel from Aurora's performances and her music, it's unlike any other. That's famous Blue Raincoat. Let's check out the last song of the day, another cover, La La La.
Don't speak when you spit your venom, keep it shut. I hate it when you hiss and preach about the new messiah, 'cause your theories catch fire. I can't find your silver lining, I don't mean to judge.
I can't find your silver lining, so there's nothing good about you. Wow. The venom.
I don't mean to judge. When you hiss, your speech is tiring. Enough is enough.
I just don't want to hear you talk anymore.
I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la 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 la.
Is this the song? Da-na-na, covering my ears like a kid. Da-na-na, da-na-na, la 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 la. Is that the song? How did we get here? Dude, I gotta go back. This is so different.
Catch fire. I can't find your silver lining.
No way.
I don't mean to judge.
Because I only know the chorus from that song.
When you hiss, your speech is tiring. Enough is enough. I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la 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 la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause when my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I go la 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 la.
Oh my god.
La 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 la.
Oh my god. I never expected to feel the emotions that I'm feeling from this song. I mean, obviously it's now re-envisioned. I'm so surprised. She can do no wrong. She can convert anything into just majestic music. Give her some heavy metal.
If our love is running out of time, I won't count the hours. Rather be a coward when our words collide. I'm gonna drown you out before I lose my mind. Oh, I can't find your silver lining. I don't mean to judge, but when you hiss, your speech is tiring. Enough is enough. I'm covering my ears like a kid, 'cause when your words mean nothing, I go la 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 la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause when my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I go la 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 la.
The harmony.
La 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 la. I'm covering my ears. I'm covering my ears.
It's so bright.
I'm covering my ears like a kid. I'm covering my ears.
Oh my gosh. Never in a million years did I anticipate that song being the one that I've kind of heard referenced in and around pop culture. It often gets used in different memes and just montages. Covering my ears like a kid. Dun 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 dun. I'm impressed, absolutely, by her ability to refactor all of the music out there into something that has her signature on it, her own identity. It's one of the reasons I just love covers so much, because you get these songs that you couldn't ever conceive of existing in another style, for example, and the likes of Aurora, they're able to transform it into something even bigger, or at least different than the original. And you know, even now, because I never really spent time to focus on the lyrics of the original, I was more so enjoying the vibe of that song when I had first heard it many years ago. Now thinking about it, I think of communication. I think of the way that conflict arises between two individuals in a relationship, and you know, relationship can be friendship, romantic, familial, whatever, right? I think one person is trying to communicate something and maybe they're not doing it in the best of ways, and then the other person is tired of hearing all of this crap. They don't want to engage in the conversation. They shut it off at its root by, you know, being unable to hear them, by closing your ears like a kid might. And interestingly, it's interesting that it's literally the childlike behavior to do that. Maybe the more seasoned, mature version of Aurora, or whoever for that matter, they would actually entertain the conversation, listen, look for the nuggets that actually resonate. And if what the other person is saying is problematic, then we can parse out the conversation together rather than just cutting it off wholeheartedly. Even if they are spewing venom, oftentimes it's inadvertently spewing venom because we perceive the words that the other are saying as being cruel or hurtful or inconsiderate, which they all might be, because it's obviously, let's say, accidental. Then it's worth at least talking about it, so that in the future, if you hope to maintain that relationship, those kinds of things won't be said as frequently, or you'll understand where they were coming from when they said it, and it wasn't from a place of malice. Now, then there's another segment of that discussion that is in regards to people who are actually consciously, turning off my camera, spitting venom. People who are knowingly doing that, who are trying to be hurtful. That is where I find it a little bit harder to forgive and want to listen. And at the end of the day, protecting your own peace and your own time and energy is extremely important. It's one of the reasons that I can actually run the YouTube channel that I have, because I get thousands of comments every month Not all of them are pleasant, even though on this channel I preach peace, love, and positivity. If I were to constantly entertain conversations like that, it would affect me. I wouldn't be as happy of a person as I want to be, as I try to be, as I am right now. So it makes sense then to cover the ears like a kid and exist in your own blissful happiness. But also careful, don't go too delusional and ignore reliable, constructive criticism where it is and conflate that with toxicity or venom. That's why, as always in life, it's more complicated than initially meets the eye. And in this song, covering your ears like a kid may be the valid solution. It may not be. I think what would be a better approach, and maybe this is a better way to frame it, is in the conversation go, hey, I think what you're saying isn't as constructive as I would like it to be. I think I would like to end this conversation now, and maybe we can revisit it at another time. Use all of the, very official professional language, the therapy speak, whatever you kind of want to call it, because you can also realize that the other person, if they are not intentionally trying to hurt you, they may feel like maybe you're now stonewalling them by shutting down and cutting off the full dialogue. If you introduce it in that manner, it can almost prompt the question of the question in the other person's mind: why did they feel this way about what I brought up? Can I do some introspection in this moment and come at the future conversation in a more correct manner? We could talk about this ad nauseum, but what needs to be said again is all of these songs were performed beautifully by Aurora. I continue to be enchanted by her voice, and I'm just glad to be sharing this journey alongside you all. So thank you very much for sticking with me until the end here. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did and would like to request Aurora yourself, you can do so by clicking the link down below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.